They'll run for the first time with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
Working with a 2nd and 3. A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep, and the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. Looking for Kelsey there, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. And certainly, look, you're on the road in the playoffs. That is a suboptimal start, opening drive INT.
And, partner, sometimes I wonder, do these teams talk about it to such an extent that maybe you almost talk yourself into the turnover when you're trying to avoid it?
Yeah, maybe they get a little too worried about keeping the football, and then you give it to the other team right off the bat. And, look, we said it, on the road, this is just a terrible, terrible start for them.
It is, and now they've got to rely on their defense.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which have to keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. A carry here for Hunt, and he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They run with Dillon. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11.
Football's such a game of tendencies, down and distance, and on 3rd and inches, 3rd and 1, you think, man, the fullback's probably going to get the ball, but when you get to 3rd and 2, most of the time that's either the running back or a pass play. So that's a nice tendency breaker by the offensive team there. Hand it to their big guy to pick up a first down.
And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Throwing, Bridgewater. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by the former Bronco All-Pro, Chris Harris. And the Chiefs are going to take over here up near the 40. So, CD, his very first pass of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know that's a major surprise for any quarterback because, look, let's face it, no one thinks about throwing interceptions. But think about all the warm-up that we saw, right? Every pass he threw wasn't a single interception because, oh, that's right, there were no defenders out there. A little bit different when there's live guys out there chasing the football.
And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. A gain of 6 there on first. But Charles, what a rookie season he had catching the football, over 1,000 yards on the year, and he comes through there with a nice grab.
And we've seen wide receivers in recent years come in and have big years right away. And you think about Justin Jefferson in 2020. 1,400 yards and huge impact on his team and on the league. This guy, he's following his footsteps as an impact guy here in year 1.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. Flush to his right. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. He got out of the pocket there, was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling, his receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
2nd down and 8. Play fake. Bridgewater. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Tyreek Hill, 33 yards. And the Broncos will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
Mahomes now to throw. It's Kelsey on the ground. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. From the 44, Mahomes eluding the pressure right. He'll find his running back, Edwards-Helaire. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it. And he's taken down inside the 30. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They go play action. Now Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. That to his running back, Edwards-Helaire. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
This will be their first trip to the red zone. They've got it 1st and goal to go. They'll try to run it in with Murray. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. From the 4 now, 3rd and goal. Again, Edwards-Helaire. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Butker's kick here is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll run. This is Hunt. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 48 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Play action now. Bridgewater. Flushed out right. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. On 1st down, they go right back to Hunt. And he's got room. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. On the counter, here's Gordon. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. That's a gain of 6 on the 1st down run. They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. They'll pass up a field goal attempt. It would have been a 45-yarder. Now they'll go for it on 4th. And he's going to get the 1st down as they bring him down at the 23. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll run with Hunt. And he's going to bring this one down to right about the 20-yard line. Give him 9 there. They still need 6 more now on 3rd down.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. And his kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3.
So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the 2 teams here in the 1st half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. Mahomes' throw here complete to Kelsey.
3 yards the gain there, second down. To throw, it's Mahomes. Flush to his right. Going to throw right side here, complete. And some room to roam now. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. It's a big play there for the Chiefs.
Big plays always wind up being a big theme as we get rolling in these playoffs, and the defenses that can avoid giving them up, well, they're the teams that tend to go far. You may not eliminate those big plays, but if you can limit them, then you got a chance to get to the ultimate game.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Now Edwards-Helaire.
Broken tackle. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they've been the better of the two teams through 2 quarters of play, much to the chagrin of this home crowd.
Yeah, this score is a surprise to a lot of folks at home, although not to my dad. He predicted the visitors would win. And maybe to the folks in the stadium. But you know who is not a surprise to, partner? This team with the football. They were very confident coming in.
On second down, right back to Hunt.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
87 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Now after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Fire down. Here I come again. Slap.
On second down now, it's Hunt. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Now on third down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. On play action, it's Bridgewater. This will be caught. Judy. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 38.
They run the counter. It's Gordon. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That's one they certainly wish they had back. A loss of 8. Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18. Now a handoff. Hunt's going to run left. And down inside the 40 to about the 38.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. Well, they tried to catch him by surprise, I think, there with that little pop pass on 3rd down, but no luck.
You're right about no luck, but I did like the idea. I like the thought process. Make an unconventional call on 3rd down sometimes. It can pop big. In this case, it didn't.
And this one is right through. And that'll open the lead up to a touchdown now at 13-6. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
Edwards-Helaire on the counter. And he powers his way up past the 30. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Now here's Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. Here's the Chiefs punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Second and 14. They go play action. Bridgewater. That's caught left side by Judy. 30. 5, and all the way home for a Broncos score. Jerry Jeudy, 77 yards. And the Broncos use the big play to extend their fourth quarter lead. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And his throw is incomplete.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead, and oh, there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward, it's just not there.
It's so risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the fourth as they go to work on a crucial drop. And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Caden Stearns. And the Broncos are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set them back for 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you've got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough. And I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. Very nicely done there on the reception. And what an impact this rookie made on this offense, Charles, in the regular season.
Yeah, he's a big part of why they are where they are. He stepped into an important role, embraced it, and in a lot of ways expanded it, and immediately made a connection with his quarterback.
And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to get it back here just past the 35. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they are looking good. A 2-score lead here in this 4th quarter as they hope to capture a spot in the divisional round next weekend. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. They run again with Hunt. Down at the 2. Broke through first contact, but ultimately stopped shy of the goal line. 110 yards rushing for him now as he has been a central figure in trying to get his guys to the 2nd round. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. They'll look to run with Evans. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Darrington Evans taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Broncos continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. And his throw here is incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
Taken at the goal line. And he is out of bounds here on the return. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And at this point, maybe you say, you know, it was a good effort really just to make the playoffs. They couldn't win their division, but did earn a wild card berth. It does appear, however, that their season is just a few minutes away from ending in one-and-done fashion. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Flushed out right. And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Now Mahomes got to have this one. Flush to his right. And that is caught. He's got his running back downfield. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Mahomes now on 1st down. Buying time to his left. And he'll just get rid of it. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today. We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire. A 1st down and more for Edwards-Helaire. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, 31 yards. And the Chiefs are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Well, we've said it many times. He is always a threat to go the distance anytime he's got the ball in his hands. And on this occasion, he did just that. And they fake it. They pitch to the tight end. And he gets into the end zone. We'll give him credit. They're not going to take this deficit lying down. They get 2 closer here on the fake extra point. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
It's a squib kick fielded just inside the 20.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Defensively, there's still 3 timeouts. Do you even need to use them at this point?
I think a lot of coaches do it anyway, and it seems like cosmetics to us.
Does it just send a message you're not quitting?
Send a message that you're not quitting. Let your team know you're going to battle all the way, and you're always hoping for that ultimate miracle, that something will happen, you'll pick up the ball and score.